Hey everyone, welcome again to my channel. Today I'm taking you with me to Feest aan de Molen, or Party at the Mill, which was hosted in Landen at the beginning of August. But before we do that, if you're new to my channel, hi, welcome to Quillscene. My name is Megan. If you like things that have to do with reading, with writing, with my adventures as a writer, with witchy things, with geeky things, with all that sort of stuff, then you're in the right place. Make sure to click on the magical subscribe button and don't forget to hit that bell, because on that way you'll always get a notification whenever I upload a new video. But yeah, Party at the Mill, what was it? And especially, how did it go? So, Feest aan de Molen, Party at the Mill, was actually an event that I saw while I was scrolling through Facebook. It is hosted in Landen, which isn't that far away, like small 20 minutes, small half hour, something like that, from where I live. And it's actually hosted by the Office of Tourism of Landen. And it's an annual summer market that highlights the local products, but also local craftsmanship. And as I said, it is hosted every year on the first Sunday of August. And in 2024, that was Sunday the 4th of August. And it's from 1 till 6 p.m. so it's an afternoon market, which makes it very chill to like set up and actually go there. It is hosted at a park, which is basically at the same time the backyard of where the office of the tourism center of Landen is hosted. It's a public park, but it's such a beautiful location. You will see it in the footage because it's hard to explain. But it has like this different niveaus. It has like the one thing is a bit higher. It has like these little columns and bands, and yeah, there is like a little stream where different birds and water birds, like different ducks and stuff like that, live. It's a garden / park full of life, even without the market, which was a lot of fun. As I said, it was a market that is a combination of local artists, but also with local products. For example, there was a local farmer there that had a booth with homegrown fruits and vegetables and stuff like that. But at the same time, they also organized a demonstration sheep herding with a dog. So that was really cool to see. There were also like rides with this covered big wagon that gets drawn by two horses, pulled by horses. There were bouncing castles for the kids. There was a big summer terrace where you could, stop by for a drink or an ice cream or something like that. For this event, again, I saw it pop up on Facebook, and it was like, I think, beginning of July, so it was like kind of like last minute to get everything together, but I figured, I will just see if there is still some space available. And I contacted the organization. They were very enthusiastic when I mailed them, and they welcomed us with open arms. So my booth, because the booths are limited to 3 meters, so it's a booth of 3 on 3 meters, which is for us like the exact measurements of one of our tents, so that's perfect. I filled my booth together with my mom, so we had like 2 tables that we put in an L shape underneath our tent, as you will see in the footage soon. And then I filled one table with my books, and my mom filled a table with our magical curiosity stuff of magical treasures. And we had a really fun neighbor that was Raf from Aurora Papillon. And he makes really beautiful things with both taxidermy, like with butterflies and stuff like that. He also makes jewelry out of butterfly wings, but also of, I think they're called abalone or albino, a special kind of shell. You will see it in the footage again. And together with him, we kind of formed like a bit of a fantasy corner, because he loves to dress up in steampunk outfit. And also in his work, like his taxidermy with the butterflies and the beetles and stuff, always has like this whimsical fantasy fairy tale like vibe to it. But you will see it in the footage. And yeah, that was kind of like our own fantasy corner because of that. as you could see, it was a very fun day at the park for Party SML. We had good weather too. It was sunny, it was warm but not too hot. There were a lot of people visiting, both families with children, friends that would meet up there. So it was a lot of variety. I also saw a lot of creative people back that I already knew. And yeah, the animation around it, like the sheep herding with the dog, the carriage rides with the horses, but also the things like just the normal bouncing house for the kids. It was very fun. It was like never a dull moment. What was my highlight of the entire thing was that at the booth of the local farmer that had his own vegetables and fruit, he sold like these little, well, it weren't little, it was like this big pots of watermelon. So, but sliced watermelon, so it was to eat while you were there. And you know, when it's a warm summer day, watermelon is the thing to go to cool off. So yeah, my mom and I shared one of those together. And yeah, it was again a very fun event, very beautiful occasion. And I can already say now that I can't wait to go back, because this one I think will be a keeper for the coming years. Of course, we did some shopping. It started with my mom. Every time we go to a creative market where we know there will be people who make ceramic things, but mostly ceramic things for in the garden, she is always in the car like, I'm not buying anything more, I have enough for in my garden. And yeah, you can guess 3 times what she then eventually buys. Ceramic things for in the garden. And this time it was no different. One of the ceramists that was present, her name is Lut. We've met her a few times by now. She makes beautiful things, and one of the things that she makes are these beautiful ceramic flowers on like a little, well, it's not really a pole, but it's like a metal stick, so that you can basically put them in your garden. And the thing, however, is my mom hadn't seen her yet, but I had been walking around to film, you know, to make the footage for my vlog. So when I returned to our booth, so our booth was here, and Lut's booth was like here, so it was like in the higher, you had to walk through the entire market and like go up some stairs to have like the upper level of the park, where there was another part of the market where her booth was. And I was like, have you seen the ceramics that Lut made? Because back then she was, when I was filming, well, when I passed by her booth the first time, she was still unpacking things. So I had only seen like the hanging flowers, so it was like a metal rod that would like go in a curl, and then she had make like these hanging bell flowers that you would hang in that loop. And there was a beautiful blue one among those bell flowers, and my mom loves blue. And she has a lot of ceramic flowers like that already, but like a hanging flower she didn't have yet, and I found it a very original concept. So I was like, did you see those flowers? No, I haven't seen those ones. So 50 minutes later she goes for a walk around the market, and of course she comes back with that hanging bellflower in blue picture. But she also came with another flower, ceramic flower picture, that she fell in love with. To be fair, it is a beautiful flower. And then we also got from, well, we bought from Raf, who was our neighbor, Aurora Papillon. He had made some beautiful magnets in the form of butterflies, so we bought some of those that now hang on our fridge in the kitchen. That's a little, maybe a silly, but it's a fun tradition that my mom, my brother and I have, that every time one of us or as a family if we go somewhere special, we try to buy a magnet so that we can add it to our fridge. By now our fridge is like filling up quickly, so luckily my brother and I both have like this metal cabinet in our rooms that has like glass sliding doors where we put like things to display in. But like the case of those cabinets are made from metal, so we can add magnets to that too if we want. But for now we stick to the fridge. And that was already our experience at Feest aan de Molen, party at the mill. I'm mixing up my Dutch and English again. As I said, very fun event, and I can't wait for the edition in 2025. But yeah, that's for next year, of course. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please leave a little thumbs up or a comment down below. Your feedback helps my channel grow, and of course I love hearing your feedback. But with that being said, again, thanks so much for watching, and hopefully I see you guys soon for another bookish, magical, probably on the go video. Bye!